Hey guys, so in today's video we're taking a look at the all-new LMT from Losi. I got the Losi LMT Grave Digger right here. I picked it up yesterday and I'm excited to open it up and see what it's about. There's lots of buzz about this thing, and you know, people have had it on the channel for like a month now, but it just came out in the hobby shop, so I was just able, whoa, battery rolling off the table, there we go. The hobby shops were just able to start selling them recently, so I got my hands on them as soon as I could. But before I get into this box and start talking about this grave digger, I want to ask you guys to give the channel a hand. This channel costs so much for me to produce. These videos cost so much money for me to produce. This video today, I'm going to spend, after the truck, the battery, and the time it takes me to edit the video, this video is going to cost me around $900 to produce for you today. And so to help offset the cost of these videos, if you would, please consider subscribing to my Patreon. I started up a Patreon, and if you don't know, Patreon is a service that lets you subscribe to your favorite creators, to drop them a few dollars here and there. That way they can bring you the content they really want to bring you. This channel is, I have got 0 videos that have made a profit on this channel. Every one of them have cost more money than what they brought in. So if you guys could subscribe to the Patreon, it'd help the channel so much. I'd appreciate it. Like really, I mean, I cannot thank you enough. You guys have already got the channel to 12,000 subscribers. That's mind-blowing to me. It's absolutely crazy. I appreciate you guys so very much. And I want to keep bringing you content, but you know, this stuff has cost me a lot more than what it's bringing in. So if you guys could help the channel out by donating to my Patreon, I'd appreciate it so very much. And I'll put out a video later on talking about what things I'm going to do with the Patreon and things I'm going to do with the channel with the money I get from Patreon. So you guys come check back later, and I'll have that video ready for you. But let's go ahead and get into this grave digger and see what it's all about. So I come sitting in the box. Oddly enough, I don't know where this came from. It came out of the box whenever I opened it. Hopefully it doesn't come it's off the grave digger somewhere. That'd be kind of weird. Let's see, there's something inside of here. The manual and the controller. There you go. Oh, that's the DX3. It's got all the smart battery stuff on there, but I don't have a smart battery for this thing. I had to get a Venom battery if I wanted to run it today. They didn't have a Spectrum battery for it, so I couldn't get a Spectrum battery. Let's see, open up the bag. Body posts, and I'm not sure what the other stuff is. I have to look and see what all it is. I'm not sure what this is. It looks like it's for the battery or something. I'll look through there and find out. Let's peel that plastic off that body. Oh, it's tucked in there. That's interesting. It's just kind of like saran wrap on top of it. Usually it's like really on there. That's different. So, man. That looks so good. That looks so good. I'm gonna feel bad about rolling it over, which I know I'm gonna do, but you know, that is a really good looking body. That is a really good looking body, man. And I like that the body is pretty big too, so it looks like it's more in scale with the wheels. Usually the problem with monster trucks, you have these 1/10 scale monster trucks, the bodies are a lot smaller than the wheels are, and the wheels look way bigger than what they should on these things. But this thing looks like it's pretty much in scale. To get the body up, I found that pin came out of here. That's why I thought it did. The body pins are right there, so that's kind of unusual. Is that the only body pin? No. Oh, look at this. There's it's up underneath there too. I have only seen a handful of RCs that do that. There we go, the whole thing opens up. Oh, there's the connection for the lights. That's really crazy that the whole cage and everything comes up. That is, I mean, that is heavy too. That's a lot of weight on top of that thing. But yeah, that strap is for a bigger battery, definitely. So Spectrum ESC and everything, it's all Spectrum stuff. It looks like the the motor and everything Spectrum. So that's pretty awesome. It comes with, look at that, sway bars already. Got these metal links. Man, the detailing, like the exhaust and everything, This is really impressive. This is very impressive. It's got the this chassis. I see a lot of competition chassis are set up like this, where there are two pieces of aluminum like that, or steel. I'm not sure. I imagine it's aluminum. I'm not sure what it's made out of. There's a servo, and man, that axle looks pretty beefy, doesn't it? It looks really beefy. Let's see, close the top on that. All the decals and stuff on the side. I'm very impressed with the way this thing is built. This is very impressive. This is really cool. Here's the body off the Axo SMT10, and so you can see there's a lot narrower than that body is. The green's a different color too. This is more green. It's kind of got a yellowish tint to it. So you can see size wise, you know, front the back, this thing is a lot bigger than this body right here is. Here it is next to my Clodbuster and my SMT10. Now this truck and this truck are super custom. There's very little stock left on them, so the wheelbase on this thing's been shortened. This is a sport mod truck. You could run it in the sport mod class if you wanted to, so it's nowhere near a stock SMT10, and this is a very customized Clodbuster. The wheelbase is pretty much stock, but other than that, there's not a whole lot left on that stock. But you can see the difference in it. That truck is just so much bigger than these other two, so much bigger. And these are the original tires that came off of the SMT10, so you can see those tires next to this one. Look how small these are compared to those. Very small. And these are the J Concepts Renegades, so you can see these tires are narrow and they're very tall, and they are a lot bigger than the other monster truck tires that are out there. These are Clod tires right here. You can see the wheelbase. Just look, you roll that back, and the wheelbase on the Clodbuster is a lot shorter than that thing. And this, even though it has the shortened wheelbase, you can see, line that up, and I don't know how much longer the stock wheelbase is from this one, but it may be a little bit longer than this wheelbase right here. I'm not sure, maybe equal, but either way, you can see how much bigger this body is than that body or this body. That's just this is a really big body compared to these. So that's pretty crazy. This truck makes the other ones look very small. I did take these wheels and put them like this, and I don't know if you can tell on camera, but these wheels are more narrow than these are. Even though they're so tall, usually if they're tall it makes them look more narrow, but they are actually more narrow than the J Concepts tires. Not by much, but a little bit. You can also see the bead lock rings on there. That's the way it looked like on there, and this is what it looked like on the, these are the ones that are 3D printed from Shapeways. I think I got them from the J Concept sites, so the ones they sent you. So they look pretty much the same design wise, but these are like molded into it. You can see that the wheel comes all the way out right there, where these right here, they have like a lip down inside of there. So that's a big difference, which I think these are better because dirt and stuff won't get inside of here. If you have this right here, you can get rocks and dirt and everything else inside of there. Mine are not glued on there. They're actually in there so tight you can pop them out by hand, so I can clean out if I get anything inside of there. Not that I really run this one all that much, but if I did, that's what I would be doing with it. And one thing I saw people saying is about how the inside of these wheels are really big. You know, the outside you got a lot of rubber and not a lot of wheel. Right here you got a whole lot of wheel, and this doesn't look scale or anything like that, but it makes a lot of room for everything that's inside of here, and it allows you to do a lot more with it. I think from a design standpoint, this is probably better than what, you know, like, you know, this is. But you know, I understand why some people wouldn't like this, but I don't really care. I think it looks fine. I don't really mind that at all. Remember when I said I was going to hate to roll this thing over? That's not true anymore. I cannot. I'm not going to mind at all destroying this body, and this is why. This body, I think the way they're made is that these graphics, like this right here is a sticker. These flames and this stripe, those are not stickers. And I think these are put onto like a flat piece of plastic, and the plastic is put inside like a mold, and it's closed down and it molds the plastic to the shape. I'm not sure how it's done, but you can see this stripe, it is off center. And that's the kind of thing right there that would drive me crazy. I do not like that at all. That is, if I was buying this body to replace a body with, I would send this thing back. That is not acceptable. If I was going to keep this this body so that it looked nice. This isn't the body that I would keep. I would return it, or I'd find some kind of way to replace it. I mean, even up here, you know, that is off center too. That whole green section is like that. And so I know some of you are going to be like, oh no, you're complaining about this. It matters to me. It matters to me. It may matter to some of you that are going to buy one of these and put it up on the shelf. So, you know, that's something you need to be aware of. You need to look at if you're going to buy one of these to collect or save or something like that, because some people do that. Some people buy these expensive RC trucks and they just put them on the shelf. The Clodbuster and the Solid Axle Monster Mayhem Forum, they are full of people that have got walls of these monster trucks that have never been driven, just shelf queens everywhere. So if you're buying one that used to be a shelf queen, that's something you need to be aware of. All right, we're gonna get the battery in. Let's see, kind of don't like this trap's kind of a pain in the butt to get to, not a big of a deal. I didn't want to get a Venom battery, but they didn't have any of the Spectrum batteries. So I'm gonna get a Spectrum battery later on so I can use all this smart technology stuff on here. But for now, we're trying to run that Venom battery. It's a 5,000 milliamp 3S battery. Let's see. Man, this thing is kind of a pain in the butt. I guess reach through there and do it. All right. So, and this connects the, oh, okay. Let's see, let's go ahead and plug this up. So we can plug that in, turn this on, and start it up. All right, let's close the body. And this right here, that connects right through here. There you go. So hopefully nothing hits this and tears it out. So maybe we can stuff up in there a little bit. That's not going to stay, but hopefully we won't tear it apart. You can see the headlights. I don't know how well you can see out here in the sun, but that's gonna be cool at night. I'm gonna come back out here at nighttime and see how well that looks. So, you know, these body pins are slightly a hassle. These gotta be closed up or something. I have a feeling these body pins are gonna come right out. These body pins are very, very loose. Man, these body pins are loose. Okay, for real, these body pins are the loosest body pins I have ever seen. They are just, they're just coming out so easily. I think I'm gonna lose. I feel like they're gonna fall out. Maybe they won't. I guess we'll look and see if we lose any body pins today. All right, let's see. Look at that, pick that front wheel up. Easy. You can see that it's twisting and torquing when it picks that front end up. Watch it, pick that right wheel right off the ground. Woo. Or the left wheel, I mean. Because there's so much torque and it's twisting the drivetrain. You see it pick up the left front wheel. That's pretty cool. Man, that is fast. This thing is a lot faster than my Clod or my SMT10. Man, I didn't expect it to be this fast, honestly. You can really hold that wheelie too. Try and get the rider wheelie and not be on the wheelie bar. Let's see, almost. That kind of did it. Oh, real close, man. I can feel the control. I can feel the control in it. Man, I can really feel the potential in this thing already. Man, I bet you can do some really cool monster truck stunts with this thing. Let's see how fast this thing is. Let's I got a speedometer, a digital GPS thing. Let's go get it. All right, I got the Sky RC GPS speedometer. I'm gonna put it right back here. Oh, that fits. So yeah, that seems like it's secured enough, as long as we don't go crashing it, right? Woo! Woo! I'm gonna have to go up farther than driveway. Man, it's kind of hard to keep this thing straight. Going up that driveway is a little too bumpy for it. Woo! That thing is hard to keep straight. Man, it's hard to keep straight. Let's see how fast that was. I know you have to have it going for a bit. It's at 32 miles an hour. Let's see if we can drive it for a little bit longer, get a little bit higher speed out of it. Man, this thing is so hard to keep straight. All that debris on my driveway. Woo! I'm just trying not to roll the thing over. All right. Let's see. 34 miles an hour. 34. I think that's pretty good. That's pretty good for a monster truck, I think. So let's see how fast we can get up across the yard. Man. It probably isn't going top speed for long enough. My yard isn't big enough. Did you see that, Willie? Up on two wheels for a second there. This thing is a lot of fun. This thing is really neat. How fast was it going? It says 28 miles an hour, so we weren't even getting it at 30 miles an hour across my yard. My yard isn't very big. I can't get it up for top speed very long. I might take it out to the park later on the parking lot and see what they'll do. So, but now we know how fast it runs around the yard. We can take this off. All right, we're gonna see how it does on these little bitty monster truck ramps I have. That one's very, very steep. This one right here is not. That's my this is my longest ramp. That's my shortest ramp. That's my second shortest, and that's my third shortest. So we're gonna see each one of those have a different angle, and they perform differently off each one of those. Like this ramp right here really causes the front end to come up in the air like that. Whereas the other ones, this one does it a little bit, not so much. And this ramp right here, not at all. And this ramp right here is your medium ramp, or your not really, I guess not really medium, since it's there's four of them, right? So, but there we go. Yeah, this is the one that's like you hit like the edge of cars or something like that, and it really brings that front end up in the air. Oh, my first rollover. Yeah, these are the ramps I use my clodbuster on. It's good to see you can control it in the air. I know that one brought the nose up, but it's because I put so much throttle into it. Normally it doesn't bring the nose up like that unless you have the throttle to put into it. So yeah, so you can bring the nose down when you're in the air. That's really good. So with my clod, it's kind of difficult to do. Whoa. I'm really liking this ramp. This thing's a lot of fun. This thing is a blast. Let's see, let's hit this doing a wheelie. Watch what it does. Let's see if we can hit it and do a front flip. I don't know if we can. Oh, there we go. Oh, nope. And these ramps are kind of hard to hit because they're so narrow. As you see, they're almost as wide as the monster truck is, but that's on purpose. You know, it requires skill to come around a corner and hit a ramp like this. So if you have a ramp that's 4 feet across, it's very easy to hit. So let's take this over to the big ramp. I really don't want to break an axle or anything. It's kind of cold out today, so you know, whenever it's cold, you're more likely to break something. It's not super cold. It was below freezing this morning. It's really easy to keep it on its wheels, it seems, when it lands. kind of surprised by that. Let's see, it's not real bouncy or anything. It really absorbs those impacts. Man, this thing lands really well. I was expecting it to bounce and lose control whenever it hit, and that's not what it's doing. It's just sticking to the ground. Oh, I couldn't save it. All right, set these up, see if we can do a little backflip off of this. Super easy. I may have could put a double backflip off of that. Let's see if we really gun it. See what we can do. Oh, I should have kept going. I should have kept going. That's a double backflip. All right, I'm gonna land double backflip. Come on, we gotta do this. Nope. I get a feeling I'm gonna break this thing trying to do this. Let's see. I'm digging a hole in my yard trying to do this. Hope you guys appreciate all this damage I do to my yard. It doesn't, let's see, it doesn't go in the reverse right away. Like, that's as fast as I can get to go in reverse. Right there. So I need to look at this ESC and see what the CSC does, because sometimes they have, you know, they have jumpers or settings that change how stuff like that reacts. So man, my ramp's a mess. Yeah, see, I can get it to bring the tail end up like that, but I can't get it in reverse fast enough. Yeah, see, this does not go into reverse fast enough. Just see. Hold on, let me go do some research and see if I can change that. All right, guys, so I went through the ESC options and stuff like that, and I messed with some of them. I can't figure out how to reduce the timing. I'm gonna still work with it later on. I'm not gonna spend all day long messing around with it. I only have so much daylight. But while I was looking on the internet for it, I looked at my Patreon, and I looked, and someone has signed up. I have got, look, I've got one patron. I can't believe I got a patron. That is amazing to me. That is so awesome. Whoever it is, I can't sign into Patreon on my phone because my password is like 20 digits. I can't remember my password. I don't know who it is, but thank you so much. That is amazing to me. I can't believe. Thank you so much, whoever it is. I'm sorry I can't see who your name is right now. Thank you so much for signing up to my Patreon. That is, I can't believe. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Thank you so very much. Anyways, I'm gonna get back to this. I'm gonna let the battery finish charging on the monster truck, on the Grave Digger, and we're gonna take it out to the park, and we're gonna do some proper speed tests to it, and we're gonna have a little bit of fun with it. And then, man, I can't believe. You just made my day. Thank you so much. That was so awesome. Thank you. All right, guys, so there you have it, the Losi LMT. This thing is a nice little monster truck. I really enjoyed it today. I had a fantastic time with it. I am very impressed with it. I'm very happy with it. It is, of all the monster trucks that I've bought, the actual like monster trucks, it has been the best one. I think, well, out of the box, right? The Clodbuster, I know the Clodbuster is my favorite one, but it drives so differently. It's not even a fair comparison. It's not like driving like this thing at all. The Clodbuster, mine is set up to be a retro style truck, so it's very bouncy. It doesn't go very fast. I can't jump it very high. The suspension isn't real good on it, not for like, you know, jumping and stuff like that. It's just a different type of machine. You don't drive it the same way at all. And the Axial SMT10, as it comes out of the box, doesn't even compete. If I had to choose between this and the Axle SMT10, I'd get this thing easily. You have to dump a lot of money into the SMT10 to make it run like this thing does. My sport mod truck runs about the same as this thing does, honestly. And I think my sport mod, I can't drive it for a few minutes before it overheats. It's spec'd to it's built to the spec for the other trucks. So I don't know how this one is built, compared to the other sport mod trucks. Like, I don't know if they're going to allow it into the competition just stock, or if you have to change out some stuff with it, or what have you. I don't know if they're going to start running these at all. I imagine what people are going to do is they're going to start taking this whole body off right here. This body and this cage, this weighs so much, and it comes with the body mounts you need to mount something else on here. And so you can actually take this body off and mount with the body mounts that it comes with a different type of body. So you can take this cage and stuff like that off, and that is a lot of weight. That thing is very, very heavy, and it puts a lot of weight up top, makes it a little top heavy. And yeah, I imagine people are going to start taking that off. As far as the wheels go, I don't know if you're going to be able to put different types of wheels on there, if it's going to fit over all of this, because these are really, really big inside there. And the tribute wheels and stuff like that, they have a much smaller space inside there, so I don't know how those kind of wheels will fit. But I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of guys out there that's already building these things and already figuring out what they're going to do with it, and I'm sure they're going to do some great stuff with this thing. It is a really good platform, I think, but I didn't break anything today. Very happy with that. The wheels do rub right here a little bit whenever they turn, and the suspension goes down like this, it will do that. So that's a thing to look out for. The low voltage cutoff is really low. It's at like 3.0 volts per cell. That's really low. It was so low, my battery is so low, I ran it until the low voltage cutoff came on. My battery is so low that my Venom charger would not even do a storage charge on it. I had to bump it up with the regular charge setting and then go into a storage charge setting. So I don't know if you should be running your LiPos that low. I don't normally run mine that low. I run them to like 3.4 volts per cell. I'll never run them 3.0, but I left it there, because that's how it was out of the box, and I want to see how it does. And I didn't time it. It seems like I didn't get a lot of run time for the amount of battery I have in this thing. I think it's turning those big wheels, those big tires, it's moving a lot of weight. This truck is pretty heavy, so I think all that weight is moving around really takes a lot of juice to power, and it just takes a lot of battery. I'm gonna have to time it and see exactly how long I can get out, for a run time, but it didn't seem like I got all that much time. I mean, maybe 45 minutes or so. I'm not sure. I'll have to, it's hard to tell when I'm making a video, because I record something, I stop, and so there was these big chunks of time when I'm not even running the thing. So I don't know how much time I'd get if I was just running it solidly, but I guess I'll find out and time it one day. But I had a great time with it today. If you are going to look for a muscle truck that you're not going to have to spend $1,000 to get to run like the ones you see on YouTube, this is the one you want. I can't believe it took anyone this long to build a solid axle muscle truck like this. I mean, the market's out there. You see videos about it all the time, and this is what people are wanting. People were wanting Traxxas to come out with one of these. I thought for sure Traxxas would come out with one of these, but nope. Losi did it. I think Losi did a fantastic job. I had a great time with this truck today, and if you pick it up, I'm sure you will love this thing too. I'm going to mess around with some of the settings of the ESC. I removed the brake completely, just have it forward and reverse, and I still had a really long delay between the throttle and the brake. But so I'm going to have to mess around with it and see exactly what I can do with it. But other than that, my only complaints, I think the body pins are a little weird to get to, but that's not that big of an issue. The battery tray is a little weird and a little bit difficult to get the battery in. Quality control on this, not so great. But other than that, and the delay between reverse and forward and reverse, which isn't that big of a deal, it really isn't. I think trying to get it to do a trick and bring up the nose and start moonwalking or whatever may be kind of difficult, but I'm gonna see if I can figure out what's causing it to do that. But other than that, these are minor complaints, nothing big, nothing major. I had a great time today. If you get this thing, you are going to love it. You're going to have a fantastic time. But anyways, that's all I got for you today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for liking my videos. Like it if you like it. Share the video. I am starting a Patreon. So if you want to help support the channel, subscribe to my Patreon. I really appreciate it so very much. It really does mean the world to me. It'll help me pay for these expensive RCs I'm making just for this channel. I would not have bought this RC at all, if not because I didn't want it, but because, you know, I just have, you know, a ton of these things. I would not have bought this RC at all if it wasn't for this YouTube channel, if it wasn't for you guys asking me to do reviews and stuff on these things. So yeah, I mean, you guys asked me to do reviews on this truck, you know, at least you could do is drop me $3 on Patreon. Appreciate it so much. But anyways, I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and I will see you guys later.